And hello, Sagittarius. How are ya? Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Sag. How are you, my fire family? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I do have a few oracles that we're going to look at today to get the overall energy for the week ahead. I'm always reading for the week ahead for those of you who are brand new. And if you've never been here before, I read for the week ahead. No matter if you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, always going to be for the week ahead. If you are here real time, watching this real time, this will be for the second week of December. So Sag, if you are brand new and you've never been here before, welcome to you. If you decide to stay, I hope that you do. There is a subscription button down the bottom right hand corner of this little square where I live. I am your Sagittarius sister. It's in my rising. How about you? Happy birthday to you, Sag. I hope you're having a beautiful Sagittarius season. I know that I am. All right. Let's find out. And those of you, my ride or dies, you know who you are. The ones that are always in the comments and the thumbs up that I appreciate so much. You telling the algorithm that you like this. You're the ones growing this tribe. I depend on you and I thank you so much. Let's find out what's going on for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. We've got failure. What does it say here? It says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. The bottom of the deck, we have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So I feel like there is somebody here who feels as though they may have made a misstep in the past here, past energy over here, that it is, mistakes are necessary. There's so many people who are, especially watching tarot so they can stop the pitfalls, so they don't have to hit the hard stuff, so they don't have to fall and scrape their knees. And that's not what it's about, because we need those lessons. We need to learn about how to move through our lives. And those times when we do fall and skin our knees, the times when, we walk into a wall, we need that energy. We need those lessons. So I feel like this failure here, it says here, and, failure, I feel like failure is a kind of a harsh word, because I feel like we don't really fail at anything. What we do is we get those lessons because we need them, and then we can do better from there, right? When we know better, we do better, right? Maya Angelou taught us that forever and ever. So we have, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I feel like somebody is changing their mind about that not looking at it as failure, but looking at it as a lesson. And that trusting that if I use my intuition moving forward, if I trust my inner voice, then I'm always going to be guided correctly. So I feel like back here, maybe you took some bad advice from somebody, and maybe it ended up in a situation that you weren't very happy with. You see it as a failure. I see it as lessons. I think you may have needed that lesson, to be honest. Tell me more about Sag, please. Tell me about Sagittarius for the week ahead, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sag. Tell me about Sagittarius. We've got great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. I feel like this thing that you're calling a failure here, was actually preparing you to take a bigger risk or a different type of risk. I feel like it was getting you used to falling and scraping your knees, because I feel like there is some sort of risk or that is going to cause you to move forward here, and that you are about to take possibly in the week ahead. It's a great adventure. It says here, this person is, you can see the people are in the boat, right? It might be an emotional adventure for some of you, because we do have a boat, right? We do have travelers, and it feels like you are moving to a new cycle or a different part of your life. And I feel like this here, understanding that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn, makes you feel comfortable with taking some sort of a risk. For some of you, it's a risk of moving. You're moving cross country to another country, across the state, across the province. You're moving towards something that I feel like is going to be a great adventure for you, but you're going to have to take a risk. So you had to feel this failure or lesson, whatever way you're looking at it, and you had to feel that, because when you take risks, that's what's going on. You're like, I could fall, I could fail, I could scrape my knees, but you'll need those lessons too. Bottom of the deck, it says, overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. I feel what you're overcoming is feeling like this failure, because I don't feel like the failure word is really something like think you need to take it out of your vocabulary, because we never fail. Why do we never fail? Because we always get something out of the situation. Whether it works the way we want it to or not, we always get the lesson. And the lesson is what we need to move forward. So I feel like you're overcoming some sort of an obstacle, and it feels like maybe the obstacle might have been being silent or feeling stuck, right? We do have a sword that is stuck in this rock. So it feels like somebody was stuck, or I felt like I couldn't say my piece, or I felt like I couldn't say what I wanted to say. And it says here, you can overcome anything. I think that's what you're overcoming in the future here, Sag. And I know that, Sag, that you're a person who always speaks your mind. You're always going to say what you think. And it's different, right? If you're the sun sign, you're always going to do it. If you're the rising sign, you might do it and put your foot in your mouth. If you're the moon sign, it's going to be different for all of you depending on where that Sagittarius placement is for you. Tell me more about Sag, please. What else do we need to know about Sagittarius? More. Got 2. Well, we never give back the blessings, right? So we're going to take them all. Bottom of the deck, we have a leap of faith. Taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. Well, that's what it says here. Look, it's all pointing to you taking some sort of a risk here. For some of you, it's emotional. For some of you, it's other. We do have divine timing. So as I said, things happen the way they should in the time that they should, and you get the lessons that you're supposed to have at that time. We have admiration for your hard work is coming. It feels like you are going to be put in the spotlight. In this divine timing energy, everything has a higher purpose. Even this failure, Sag. So stop looking at it as failure, start looking at it as lessons. And we have some sort of an awakening here that's going down. It says here, I realize a realization, a shift, or a discovery. I feel like you're about to experience some sort of major shift, because you're about to take some sort of a risk, whether it's big or small, maybe emotional, maybe you're moving, whatever it is. I feel like there is some sort of risk that you're taking. You're taking some kind of leap of faith here on the bottom of the desk, taking a risk, right? Because you're now awake and realize that I can trust my intuition. I feel like this person's trusting their intuition, the one in the boat, and I feel like other people are following them. Looks like there's people that are here rowing the boat, and there is somebody who's up front. I feel like you're the one that's up front. Resolving issues. You've got to resolve this issue here, my friend. All right, let's take a look-see at the tarot. See what kind of detail we can grab here for you. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sag, I have extended the reading sale, and it was supposed to be the 30th was the last day, but I have extended it until the 20th. I've changed the coupon code, so please go to the comments if you're interested in a private read. 10% off of all of my services until the 20th of December. Tell me about failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So it does talk about lessons. So I feel like there is a situation here in the past, because this is the past, that the 5 of Swords appeared. And it feels like there was somebody here that maybe you were at odds with. Maybe we didn't quite agree on the situation, as it were. It feels like maybe we had differences of opinion. Maybe it was a political difference. Maybe it was a difference about relationship. Maybe you wanted something different in a relationship than this person did. We've got water here, right? Somebody whose great adventure is now that they're on the water. You're on top of the water, right? You're not under the water, swimming the water. You're on top of the water. So it feels like the 5 of Swords may have been something that somebody said. Maybe you are feeling that you spoke at a turn, or maybe this person spoke at a turn. Take it as it's resonating for you, friend. Tell me about the great adventure, taking a risk to venture forward here. We do have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I really do feel that everything happens for a reason as we see this here. And I feel like this here, this 5 of Swords energy was preparing you to be in this Queen of Swords energy. I feel like this Queen of Canes, right? That's the Yuletide tarot that I'm using here. But the Queen of Swords here, I feel like the Queen of Swords would be the one who took a risk and said the truth, said something honestly. And I feel like it may have caused an argument or a split of a friendship or the split of a relationship, or maybe now there's heat in the family. Like it feels like something like that. But I feel like this situation is growing you to be the Queen of Swords, somebody who's not really looking to ruffle feathers. Look, the Queen of Swords is somebody who is highly intelligent, has a lot of words, She's a person who is very much in balance, Libra energy, but also Gemini and Aquarius in this reading because it's a general reading. But she's someone who's always in balance. And the way she stays in balance is by being honest and truthful with the people around her. And not everybody is into the truth. Look, we live in a society that is blind and delusional. They don't like the truth. They like to do whatever they want to do and they expect everybody to follow them. But the Queen of Swords is the person who's liberated themselves from this situation, from the Five of Swords. Six Swords tells me that maybe you had a hard time or a hard conversation or a difference of opinion with somebody. And then you moved on. Six Swords is here, right? You moved on. You decided, I got to take the lessons that I learned. Opportunity to learn is here, it says. I got to take the lessons that I learned. To me, the Six Swords in the boat, that's what it is. It is taking the lessons with you so you don't have to go back and learn that particular cycle again. And I feel like you needed to be the Queen of Swords to do that. We have the Seven of Cups. I feel like it says here, awakening. We've got recognition here. I feel like you're going to be, at some point, somebody is going to admire you for something that you've decided to take a risk on. It feels like there is going to be a rather large shift that's coming up here. And it feels like it could be a shift of mind because we've got swords. It could be a shift of your energy, your emotional energy, possibly. The Seven of Cups is here. It feels like there is going to be a lot of opportunities that are showing up for you. And that's why you needed to be the Queen of Swords. You needed this situation to learn how to be the Queen of Swords, which means that you kept it all, you kept it 100, I want to say. You didn't say anything disparaging or terrible or awful. I feel like you just spoke the truth and liberated yourself from a situation where somebody was trying to put your back against the wall, trying to push you into an idea or thinking the way they did. And I feel like you turned your back to it and said, no, I'm not doing that. So I feel like that has opened up a lot of opportunity here. It feels like with the Seven of Cups here that there are a lot of opportunities that are going to be showing up for you in the future here. And I feel like you had to learn this lesson to be the Queen of Swords in order to be able to get all of these opportunities that are showing up here. Because the Queen of Swords is a person who is trusting their inner voice. This person also has really great boundaries as well. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Cups. See, there's something showing up here. Something new, something exciting, some good news. It feels like the good news is, I feel like the good news is showing up because you did decide to walk away, turn your back, and be really eloquent, be really assertive. I don't think you said anything wrong. I think you were just very completely honest. I feel like you left this situation in a very stable way because that's what the Queen of Pentacles would do. The Queen of Pentacles is just going to do their own thing, and if people don't like it, too bad. I got to keep moving. This is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. I feel like you moved slowly, but I feel like the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles are telling me that you're halfway to the Empress, feminine or masculine. We have, it was lessons you were learning here. We have the Page of Good Cheer, which is the Page of Cups. And so a new opportunity is showing up. It might surprise you. And I feel it's because you walked away, you emotionally detached, right? The Eight Cups is here. You emotionally detached from a situation back there. Look, you could have stayed there hollering at them, yelling at them, and allowed them to throw you off path, but you did not do that, Sag. Good for you. And we have the Eight of Wands. And because of all of this, things are going to start moving forward quickly here. We do have the Ten of Wands in the future here. And we do have the Two of Wands. I'm going to say if you are carrying anything from the situation from the past, be prepared to drop it. I feel like the Ten of Wands here is telling me that it's time for you to stop worrying about it. Whatever the situation was. Maybe it was a bill you didn't pay. Maybe something went into arrears. Maybe you missed a payment on something, right? We look at her looking at all the bills here. It could be something like that. It could be a conversation. Whatever it is, I feel like you need to prepare to drop it. You need to take care of it, get it done, and prepare to drop it here. I feel like you acted in the way that was the best for you. All right, let's clarify just a little bit here. Tell me about the Five of Swords and understanding that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn, and learn you did, or you wouldn't have become the Queen of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Magician. And we have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you had to cut someone out. It feels like you had to cut someone out, and they may have been someone that that was in your life as a friend or maybe a member of the family. I'm just looking at this here, and I feel like it's maybe somebody that you had dined with. Maybe a family dinner didn't work out. Maybe it was a friend of yours. Take it as it resonates. But we do have the magician here, the magus. The magician here is cutting something out of the tree using the sickle. Something that was one fell swoop, because with the sickle here, it's always sharp, right? Farmers had to keep it sharp. So when they cut it once, it would come down. And so I feel like the magician is cutting this out of the tree. And I feel like it's something that the magician, I feel like is this energy of you. It feels like they got the resources are in the basket here. It feels like it was the last thing that you had to do in order to be able to gain the magician energy, which is alchemy, right? Which is taking pain and turning it into power, turning it into pleasure, re-upping, right? Which I feel is part of the Queen of Swords energy here. It feels like you had to put up some boundaries here. I want to say you had to stand up for yourself. You had to stand up for yourself in this Five of Swords energy, and that you did. I feel like you used whatever tools that you had in order to be able to move forward here. You may have become single for some of you. I may be talking about somebody that you cut out of your life so you could become single and happy. It feels like you had to learn that lesson, because the Queen of Swords is somebody who's doing it on her own, right? Whether feminine or masculine, I say her because there's a woman on the card, but whether you are feminine or masculine, you could be the Queen of Swords. Tell me about the taking a risk. What sort of risk is Sag going to be taking here? We have the Ace of Pentacles. You may be investing in something or someone. Tell me more. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Three of Cups. So I did say for some of you that this could be an emotional time, right? This risk you're taking could be an emotional risk, but it also could be a move. It feels like with the Ace of Pentacles here, the Ace of Gifts is the Ace of Pentacles, that you are investing in some sort of Ten of Cups situation. There is an investment that I feel you're going to make. You're going to take a risk. It could be investment in money. You could be investing money into a business. You could be investing your time, your energy, right? Pentacles are energy. They're not always money. You're investing your energy into something that's going to make you really happy. We've got the Ten of Cups here. It could be a relationship. It could be investing something in the family. Absolutely. But it tells me that it's going to be something that is going to make you really happy, celebratory. We're going to be celebrating whatever the investment is going to make us happy, and we're going to be celebrating. So I feel like there's a risk that you're taking here, and you're investing your time, your energy, your money. You're opening, a door is opening here for you that is going to end up being quite bountiful. There's going to be a bunch of abundance here because we do have the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like you were learning lessons here because I feel like you have to know your money in order to know where to invest. And this Ace of Pentacles, when you plant it or when you invest it, is going to turn into the Queen of Pentacles. It's something that's going to give you some sort of either financial or energetic balance. Things are going to start moving quickly here, which I don't think you're sad about because you're sad, right? I don't think you're sad about that. But I think that things, you're going to be sort of shocked or surprised at all of the opportunities. Doors begin to open. Once you forgive yourself and realize you had to learn this lesson in order to move forward, all these doors begin to open. They could be emotional doors. Tell me about the Eight of Wands, though. Why does everything start moving quickly here? We've got the Three of Pentacles, because you're growing. That's what it is. You're growing here. And I was saying that the two queens here, right? You are growing. It feels like you are growing. Possibly the investment that you're making might be in a new community, because I was saying that you might be moving, right? A new community. This is growth. The Three of Pentacles is growth, but it can be many different ways. It can be, you're investing in a community that you've never been in before. Maybe it's a network of people who do what you do. Maybe it's a new job, right? You're building into a new place here. We do have the Page of Pentacles. You got to start at the beginning. And we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it does feel like everything is about to move really quickly, but I don't think you're sad about that. I feel like there is some sort of a surprise or something you're not expecting that is showing up, and I feel like it's it's all of these opportunities here. We've got the Child, which is the Fool. There is a new chapter opening up here for you. Maybe one that you don't see. Maybe you feel it, but you don't see it. The Six of Pentacles is here and the Four of Wands. Somebody here is possibly buying a house. Like I said, maybe moving overseas, because we do see somebody here in a boat. We do have the Six of Pentacles here. I feel like with the Child being here, that this is the Fool energy. It feels like you're moving toward something or someone who is going to give you something. They're going to give you some sort of a blessing, or they're going to give you some sort of an influx of money, or they're going to give you some sort of an investment in your business, in your time, in a relationship. Take it as it resonates for you. Tell me about this recognition and awakening. Somebody is recognizing you for the work that you do, or for the person that you are. Take it as it resonates if you're not in the workforce. For something that you're doing for others, I feel. We've got the Chariot. We've got the Three of Swords in the reverse. And we've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like there is an awakening here. And the awakening is something that I feel you've been waiting for. I feel like first you have to trust your intuition. It feels like with the Ten of Swords in the reverse that there is something that you're holding on to that you're not willing to release. I feel like it might be something that disappointed you, or maybe it was something that broke your heart. It could be that, but I feel like with the Chariot here, it tells me you're racing toward the victory. It feels like you're racing into the future. Things are about to pick up. The Knight of Candles is here, the Knight of Wands. Things are about to move really quickly, and you are about to take some sort of a risk, I feel, that is maybe moving to a new home. I was feeling like maybe moving overseas, moving across the continent, moving across the country, or maybe your state or province. But it feels like this new door is opening here and you don't see it. I feel like this is something you might be seeing in the week ahead. What's the outcome, please, for Sagittarius? We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels like here that you've done some sort of a learning, and it's time for you to now put that learning into practicality. You've been learning lessons, I feel, on your own without people watching. You've been building something quietly behind the scenes, under the surface. The Seven of Swords tells me you're not really telling people about it. I don't feel like there's any deception, but it's something that is under the surface that maybe you've been doing that people don't really know about. I feel like with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, that it feels like you are coming out of hiding, or you're coming out of this place where maybe you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, a lot of self-mastery, or mastering a skill of some kind. And you've been doing it sort of under the surface. People don't really know that you do this thing, but I feel like people are about to notice it. You're about to get some sort of recognition, and that is going to be part of your awakening. I feel like this Ten of Swords in the reverse is going to take care of itself. I feel like you are going to be able to release some things here, and I think that it is something that happened back here. It feels like you're probably still carrying some of that because you see this as a failure, and I feel like you're learning to trust your intuition in this way of taking small risks, and I feel like you are right now doing that. So there's something under the surface, you're building something under the surface, whether that's building you. Maybe you've changed yourself inside and out. Maybe you've gotten psychology. Maybe you've changed your hair. Maybe you've lost a bunch of weight or gained a bunch of weight. Maybe people aren't going to recognize you for who you are. And I feel like while you've been doing this, you've been getting no attention, but that means that you've been keeping it under the surface. It feels like you've been keeping it under the surface. And I feel as though this Chariot is telling me that it's going to help you push you over the line here. I feel like you now have a different perspective of things. It feels like there are lessons that you've learned here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. The Ace of Cups is here and the Sun is here. So now what you're doing is you're no longer focusing on the things that you called a failure. You're now focusing on the things that are showing up because you have a new perspective. The Ace of Cups is visible with the Sun. When the sun shines, everything is visible, right? So it feels like there is either for some of you brand new love that is showing up, or this is a new chapter that is showing up for you that you're going to love, but the sun is out, so it's warm. And I feel like you're growing. When the sun is here, everything grows, right? Everything grows under the sun, whether it's winter or summer or spring or fall. It's the energy of us feeling the warmth, I would say. Also feeling the warmth of the Ace of Cups because you have a different perspective, I feel like the Ace of Cups is always here, but maybe you don't see it until the sun comes out. For some of you, it could be that there is a new relationship showing up here. It could be. We've got the mistletoe, which is the lovers, and then we have the Ace of Swords and the Justice card. So something could be showing up here for you that is a new connection in the future. But I feel like whatever it is, whatever this Ace of Cups is for you, and it won't be love for everybody, but it feels like you now see it. You didn't see it before, but I think you had to learn the lessons of the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles in order to be able to learn the lesson. All right. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you, Sag. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Y'all know I can't stay away too long. See you later. Love you. Bye.